This is episode 8 of Hashtag Total Markout. I am the producer, the self-proclaimed genius. Oh, how ironic that is. Steve Jones, C13. Alongside me today, our regular co-host. And yes, they're both here.
Way.
Since the beginning. Oh my god, it's fantastic. Let's start with my extreme far right. He is the king of nostalgia. He is the only one of us that has legitimately been in a wrestling ring.
Damn right.
He is none other than Erik von Djismie, and the D is silent.
And remember that, people.
And on my immediate right, he is the Undead Geek King. He is the moderator and essentially the owner of the Total Markout Tumblr page, and he is the co-administrator of the Facebook, the Total Markout Facebook page. He is none other than the Geek King, Dan Adamson.
So,
yes.
Embrace the Tumblr.
Now, it's an interesting episode, this one. We're going to run through Raw, we're on NXT and SmackDown. However, today we will be doing, for the first time ever, the first annual Hashtag Total Markout Awards. And we're looking forward to this one. We've had some disagreements, and later on we'll also be inducting our very first entrant into the brand new Hashtag Total Markout Hall of Legends. An idea came up by none other than Dan the Geeking Adamson, as was the awards. The awards was his idea, which me and Djismie are very happy to be a part of.
Certainly are.
So we're looking forward to this.
Erik does like anything that doesn't involve work.
Exactly.
I'm here. Be happy.
So,
I've had more returns to this show than Daniel Bryan's had to TNA.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, Christopher Daniels. Oh, see, that's how much there's
Erik Van Botch me strikes again.
Bunch.
Hashtag Botch. But
That's how much I hate that man. He's always
so,
on my mind.
on this very special episode of Hashtag Total Markout, we will be doing the reviews of Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, and then we'll be jumping straight into the awards, and then we'll just be babbling on about whatever afterwards if we have the time. So no specialised segments this week, but don't worry, they'll be back in episode 9, where I'll be quizzing these two, but more on that later on. Let's jump straight into it, guys. Monday Night Raw.
Brock is back.
Yes.
Via satellite.
No. We're talking about that tonight. And it wasn't via satellite.
I'm sorry, but I had to. All the rock
But it
jokes
wasn't
for the
via satellite, though. It was a pre-recorded video interview. It wasn't via satellite at all.
I know, it wasn't even live. That makes it worse. I'm sorry. I'm still bitter about SummerSlam 2002, so if I have a dig at Brock, I will. Fuck you, Brock.
Okay, perhaps we perhaps we should explain.
I still have more beef with Brock Lesnar than I will have with Cena.
In
4 months
the-
WWE champion.
in
4
the-
months does not deserve
In
a
the
title.
past 2 Raws since our last broadcast, this is what's happened. John Laurinaitis has announced that he has brought back Brock Lesnar to the WWE to legitimize the wrestling industry, essentially, to legitimize WWE, which is quite an intelligent plot way to go, because John Laurinaitis is trying to play this idea. It's playing to the mark kind of terminology. We're going to make wrestling legitimate, which is smart. So I'm wondering.
Still real to me, damn it.
Yeah. So basically, the question is, who's writing Laurinaitis' script? Because those are words that he does not understand. So Brock Lesnar's back now. I do have a bit of an issue with the way they're handling Brock so far. Obviously, the brawl was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh. I love the fact that he even got a smash in the mouth, because obviously these two do not like each other.
Oh, yeah, it's legit.
There's 2 things I've got to say. I don't like Brock Lesnar, and I don't like John Cena, so quite frankly, if the 2 of them take each other out of the business, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
As long as they can
can
both pick up a paycheck at the end of the day, I'm all for it, you know.
I like Brock.
I know you like Brock. We're going to go into this, don't you worry. I'll tell you why I don't like Brock Lesnar. He doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't understand respect in terms for individuals and of the professional wrestling business. Amateur wrestling, absolutely. Cage fighting, UFC, and all that, yeah, and I think he's got a ton of respect for that. But I think he says a lot about the professional wrestling business when he has nothing to do with it, but when he's in it, all of a sudden it's like, I want to make this legitimate again. Now, that's not to say I don't want Brock Lesnar in the WWE. 2 different things entirely. You know what I mean? There's people in the wrestling business today who I cannot stand with the life of me, but I'm actually quite happy for them to be in the WWE right now, or whatever company they're in. So, there are...
Down Florida.
So, my personal feelings towards Brock Lesnar aside, it's good that Brock Lesnar's back. We needed Brock Lesnar back.
It makes business sense because you've lost a huge huge pay-per-view draw in The Rock.
Whoa. We haven't lost him. He's just not...
Sorry. He's gone on sabbatical.
Sabbatical, yeah.
For a few
Damn,
dozen months.
You used a big word.
Yeah, I know. Get me, I'm geek smart.
Wait, I know.
Geek
smart.
I love it.
Geek smart.
Yeah, geek smart.
All I'm saying is because I do have this horrible vision though of Brock Lesnar going down the line. He becomes like WWE champion, and then they start putting people in his way, and then nobody can stop him. And what they try to do,
and finally he goes 1-on-1 with the Great One.
And will be buying tickets for WrestleMania again. I will go bankrupt if that match happens.
But here's the thing, I'm more worried about what they'll do is say, oh my god, he's gone through the entire WWE roster, and then they'll do fake outs where they bring people back just to be squashed, like Batista, Goldberg.
Oh god, no.
They'll never bring Goldberg back.
No, I meant Batista.
Yeah. No.
I can handle Goldberg.
Whoa, Batista.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's like saying that.
Who's he fucking now?
I like to point out that I prefaced that. I like to point out that I prefaced my point with, I'm worried that.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going Batista. Quite frankly,
we know.
If that guy
still brings the shit of us.
If that guy gets run over by an ice cream truck filled with poisonous cancer, then I'm quite a happy man.
Well, he gets raped beforehand.
Yeah, that would be ironic, wouldn't it?
Really?
I'm not saying that he's doing
Rapey Dave.
Maybe I just don't know the term ironic, or maybe I do. I don't know. I'm not saying.
I believe the term is not rapey; it's gropey.
Allow me to just say allegedly.
Before Dave gets,
and then I'll just leave it there, shall I? Because last thing I need is to be sued by a guy that, quite frankly, looks like he's being deflated.
If you do want to ask about Dave Batista, try asking WWE diva Rosa Mendes.
Or you can try asking Melina.
I think John might have a couple of words.
Or
she's still hanging around that guy Morrison.
Or ask TNA Knockout.
John Morrison.
Oh, John Morrison.
Or ask a certain TNA Knockout who was forced to leave the WWE. I mean, I'm not mentioning any names. Mickey James.
Mickey.
Sorry, when I was coughing there, I was trying to say Mickey James. Yeah. So yeah, just a few names.
Fuck Deathmaker.
It could, but I do tell you one thing.
That was an extreme expose.
I tell you one thing. For the love of God, please keep Lord Tensai away from Brock Lesnar. Please keep Lord Tensai away from Brock Lesnar, because if Brock Lesnar... You know what? Actually, no. Fuck it. Give fucking Lord Tensai to Brock Lesnar and let fucking Lord Tensai snap the motherfucker's neck.
Yes. Lord Tensai is the best thing to happen to the WWE since Prince Albert.
Although, to be honest with you, I'm going to get a Lord Tensai. But Brock Lesnar in the brawl. We've got to talk about that brawl. Oh my god.
There's a couple of things I have problems with it.
Yeah.
Being a UFC fan and a mixed martial arts fan, and having been in a fight more than once.
Yeah.
Fair enough, he hit the first one, bang!
Yeah.
Big blood spot, boom, lip goes open. And then he kind of, he threw some work punches, and you could see how long it's been since he threw a work punch.
Yeah.
Because they went over the head, and then he went, right, that's not working, boom, boom, boom to the ribs. That was fine because they were fucking legit.
Yeah.
But the other problem I have with it is when it came to the scoring for the fantasy. I couldn't do it because there was too many fucking people in the way.
Yeah, basically, you tweeted me about, okay, what did we say about the scoring?
Yeah.
And I basically determined that because none of them were really, it wasn't really much in the way of major airtime, and in order to really name all of the people there, you had to go back and watch it. It wouldn't count unless they were instantly recognizable to us. From the second we saw it.
So, of course, we'll get on to the fantasy later on as well.
That'll come later.
Yeah, I have major issues at that point as well.
Yeah.
Do what you fucking want. You're a game player, not a part of it.
No, but I won't play.
We score, you don't.
Here's the thing. We'll be discussing it.
It's bullshit, though.
Hang on.
Bullshit.
Hang on. We'll be discussing it later on.
Yeah.
So at least all the people listening can also hear our reasonings why. It will debate it on the show. And we'll come to a final conclusion on the show as well, so it's all fair. Everyone gets a say.
Final conclusion is done. The points for last week's over.
Yeah, I know. But
if we're playing properly and this issue happens again, then we'll know what we're doing.
Fine.
Go on. Right. Anyway, so we had the brawl, and then afterwards on that show, we basically get a spot where Laurinaitis demands Tony Long, who's now like his personal assistant or some shit like that,
Bitch.
to get John Cena. But John Cena comes in. I've admit, this is one of my favourite John Cena promos ever, which is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Considering how much... But he talks about how he doesn't want to go home, and he's got the busted lip, you know.
And he still has to get that shot in a Rock.
Yeah.
That guy just left. So
Whoa.
fucking what?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But the thing is...
Will you put your fucking phone down?
Live tweets, man.
Yeah.
Live tweets coming towards you.
I like the fact that he's... Well, he just took
2
his
days
phone...
ago.
Hang on, I like put out... So Djismie just took his phone, right? And showed it to the microphone to say, we're live tweeting. Now, it may be a webcam, but it's the microphone we're using.
And more importantly, this will be airing 2 days after he's live tweeting.
Yes, but we're just even previewing
Yes,
all you
yes.
fans out there.
You turn incredibly British. Yes, yes.
He's Dutch.
I'm Dutch.
Oh, you're not fucking Dutch. If you're Dutch, I'm African. Anyway, moving on. So we had a great promo there where he's talking about how he wants to fight. A bit of the old
Yep.
Cena style, which I like. For me, my favourite Cena was when he was starting to lose the rap gimmick and starting to just get more into the, not ruthless aggression, but this pumped up, you know, energized guy. When I say pumped up, I mean adrenaline, not steroids.
Not his trainers.
No, not as trainers.
Sorry.
Which I do admit, I kind of miss the. They gave Taz something to commentate.
Yeah.
And we are missing Taz for. Well, here comes the pain. Yeah, because quite frankly, I have to say this: when Brock Lesnar returned, I didn't even notice this the first time I watched it because this is obviously the role that we talked about on the last episode.
Yeah.
Michael Cole. Oh my! What are you doing? Looking inside his pants? What the fuck? It's Brock Lesnar, for fuck's sake. This isn't Carry On.
Kenneth Williams.
Yeah.
Yes, Kenneth Williams gets mentioned in our show.
Hashtag
Kenneth Williams.
Since we're live tweeting, I'm retweeting that.
Yeah. But anyway, so, you know, John Cena does a promo and he gets an opponent for the night. I can't remember who it was. Doesn't matter. David Otunga. David Otunga got a main event match.
Yeah, which gave him +2 to his overall score.
Yeah, but it pissed me the fuck off. I was like, I was tweeting at the time saying, how has David Otunga got a main event match? I don't believe it. They're actually pushing David Otunga. They're pushing.
And that's not a good thing.
That's a bad thing.
They are pushing the love child of fucking Chris Nowinski and Chris Masters and fucking Mark Henry. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is
tweet
this shit?
Say that again?
He's the love child of Chris Nowinski, Chris Masters and Mark Henry. You've got to get the black in there somewhere. You know.
Dude!
What?
Oh my.
I picked two wrestlers who are white, and I suddenly realised the flaw of my genetic plan. The flaw of my genetic plan, but yes.
Hashtag Nowinski.
Hashtag genetic plans. Anyway.
What?
Anyhow.
What? No, that is the thing I would not want to say.
Anyhow.
And I'll go for anything in wrestling, but damn!
Damn!
Anyway, the fact is, so David Otunga gets a main event match. So this storyline continues on to the next week, where we get John Cena addressing Brock Lesnar and all this bullshit, and then John Laurinaitis comes out and says that he's got to get a mystery opponent in an Extreme Rules match, which had me and Djismie going, who's this going to be?
Yes.
The first name I said was like The Miz. And he thought, and Djismie replied, oh yeah, it could be.
Probably, yeah.
And then I went, oh shit, what if it's Lord Tensai?
And I just went, oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
And obviously the reason I thought this would be weird is because obviously you've got Lord Tensai who's on a winning streak and building up versus
The squash machine.
the Squash Machine. And then Lord Tensai wins.
Damn right he wins. Damn right he wins, and I get to say that twice and be
Yeah.
as happy both times.
Lord Tensai wins, but what's
What's he
weird?
Oh.
Yeah, but what's weird about... Oh, no, obviously, I don't mind the Green Mist, that's great. You know, obviously, Tajiri...
Trended worldwide,
Right.
people. Trended worldwide.
And who's actually starting his own wrestling business with Fit Finlay, which is
Trending worldwide. You always do the arm bit.
Yeah.
Even if people can't see
But-
it, do the arm bit.
I like the point.
But here's the thing. The ending of that Raw, of this week's Raw, the ending for it was so weird. Because it
I
ended...
get that feeling, you know, in UK, I like watching UK Raws.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun because they always throw a bit of something special there. I know a lot of people stateside and around the world don't really like it when they leave America because it's not live and you don't get the same feel.
Yeah.
But for me, it always ends as if there's something else to come.
Yeah.
That's generally because they throw some extra at the top.
Yeah, it felt like there was something missing, but it wasn't. It was like the only time I can think of a role that ended weirdly like that. It was I can't remember which one it was. It was ending at it ended in some kind of a brawl, which was like halfway through, and then the show just ended. But that was designed that way. This role felt very like
Caught.
Yeah, it kind of felt like something was missing. It kind of felt like literally they'd forgotten
I've
something.
not read anything was missing.
Yeah, exactly. It was meant to end that way. So it was like weird. But other things which happened, obviously, the last Raw we saw, it was a triple threat match for the United States Championship, where eventually Jack Swagger.
I was there live.
Jack Swagger and Jack Swagger and.
Well, didn't we mention this on the last one? Because
I was there, so I.
So what was the one last week? Because this week.
Last week was the tag team match.
Yeah,
and this week was the
and this week.
Yes, that's right. Sorry. Yes.
This week, David Otunga got the shot at the title.
The tag team match.
Brodus Clay.
Yeah.
Santino versus Zigzag and Swag.
I don't think anyone was surprised how this one was going to end. When you've got a face with a winning streak with no slowing down, it's going to.
Which is I like Brodus Clay, but it pisses me off because I really like Dolph Ziggler. He deserves better.
Yeah.
But I have to say the match, he didn't pin him.
Oh yeah, this week's match was great.
He lost.
Yeah.
But it didn't make him look weak.
But then.
And he sold some more shit.
Then the shit afterwards.
With
Vicky and the Funkettes.
What the
hashtag
fuck was that?
Hashtag fucking atrocious.
It was just like, it was the exact same feeling with how Raw ended.
Yeah.
It felt like there was like something forgotten.
Are we missing something there?
It felt like
Was
there
it
was
a rush segment?
It felt like they were missing a spot.
Yes.
Was Brodus supposed to bump into her so she fell over? Or
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be like
I
thought there was going to be like a body splash or some shit.
But what was the?
Wait, jiggled with her.
Yeah, which Funkette was in the ring? It was Cameron in the ring, right?
No, Naomi.
Naomi got in the ring.
Cameron took the bump.
Yeah.
Naomi, and then Brodus jiggled with Vicky.
That's something else for your career. Cameron, wasn't she second on that NXT final?
No, Naomi.
Naomi, sorry, NXT. Cameron was in
Tough Enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Do great and tough enough in NXT and you'll become a Funkette.
Oh dear God. I'm still trying to get over your fucking jiggled with her.
Brodus K. Hashtag jiggled with Vicky Guerrero.
I'm just waiting for Michael Cole to say he's getting jiggy with it.
No.
Yeah, you know he'll throw it out eventually. Because he'll think it's hip and it's cool and it's like 10 years, maybe 15 years ago.
I wish someone would break his hip.
Hey, we like Michael Cole on this show.
No, we don't. We don't.
33.3% of us like Michael Cole. Okay?
Look, I think if I was 33.3 recurring.
Details.
Yeah. Hashtag pedantic twat.
So after... well, let's just launch into the next episode after Raw.
Well, like I said,
there wasn't much else of Raw.
No, what I'm saying
No, wait.
what I'm doing, I'm working the storylines across the two shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to have one special shout out
Yes.
for my main man, my new main man, Sakamoto. I like his kicks.
Oh, you fucker! I like his kicks.
I think his kicks are awesome, and I can't wait to see him in the ring. I really can't.
He'll come eventually.
Yeah. I would love to see Sakamoto versus Ricardo Rodriguez.
I like his kicks.
Did you not see my tweet? I even tweeted about it. What a kick by Sakamoto. I think.
Oh yeah, I saw that, but to just go, can I just say one thing? I like his kicks.
And I think, and it's also nice to see another manager in.
Yes.
Like, who's actually more effective than just trying to be a distraction. Who is actually like, I can like back my shit up.
And what I also like is that another 2 weeks in a row without the Miz.
Yeah.
Another 2. He got his WrestleMania win.
But remember what he said though to him.
Yeah.
I've got plans for you. I owe you big time.
Yeah.
Where's that going to lead?
But is he getting time off? Is he promoting? It sounds like he's got time off because I haven't heard.
Was he not on the tour? Is that on the European tour?
I've heard he's not on the tour.
Oh.
So it could be that he's got time off, which would make sense if they're wanting him
Which explains why Maurice isn't tweeting so much.
Yeah, it would. And if you think about it, if he's got time off, it gives him time to train and maybe touch up his skills and touch up other things, I suppose. But anyway, yeah. But other things would you continue the whole Teddy Long thing? I'm sorry, haven't we seen this? Oh yeah, Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah, Teddy's getting shit on something rotten.
Yeah.
Oh, because he started as a manager and he went into a referee and he's got a general manager. I suppose he's doing okay,
back
but
to manager.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I'm happy to see Teddy Long no longer in a GM position, but I didn't want it to be in this way.
I would have happily took him back as a manager because he's got the
Will he work as a face manager?
He's recognisable.
Yeah, but a face manager, I think he worked
wouldn't
really
take
good as
much,
a heel.
It wouldn't take much for him to turn heel.
No.
It would be
You just
interesting.
have to bring Rodney back.
All I did was try to turn you, to try and make you like me. I try to make you like the show. At the end of it, cost me my job. Blah blah blah.
It'd be interesting if he tried. But the thing is, though, they tried turning him heel before. Undertaker, CM Punk.
That was never to turn him heel. He was.
I don't know.
puppet.
I think it could have been testing the water. Maybe
He was the puppet the whole time.
I've got to agree with Djismie. I felt that was testing the waters.
Well, no, because as soon as they did it,
because
McMahon turned up.
Yeah.
Even though they did that, though, initially, Teddy Long wasn't really doing a lot to show he was fair. He was doing the whole caveat. I would have been like, instantly, I would have been on the mic going, Taker, this did not come from me. It was not my decision. I am the puppet in all this.
I do have to say, since we mentioned it, it's one of my dad's favourite lines is, "Buckle up, Teddy."
Yeah, it does have a kind of hide and right feel to it.
To me, it put me straight in the mind of some nostalgia moments. So it was like, "Where to, Stephanie?" And I was like, "Yes," and nod back. There's a little nod back.
To me, it was like,
that was the first thing that came to mind. Backlash '99.
But okay, so what else happened in the past years? Well, again, we've got to talk about Lord Tensai.
Oh yes,
great stuff from Lord Tensai. I'm liking this.
I told you, he was becoming one of the best big men in Japan.
I actually ended up in an argument with someone on YouTube about this. Someone said that, who gives a fuck about Lord Tensai? He's done nothing. He's shit in the ring. And I'm just thinking, what match are you watching?
Yeah.
Are you watching something else? Because Lord Tensai, Albert, whatever you want to call him, he's always been he's always been good work in the ring. He's obviously been in Japan.
He's not B class. He's definitely A train.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's
how we got to the show.
Yeah, he's been in Japan honing his skills, so he's
Giant Bernard. Yes.
Yeah,
he's got one of the best big men reps in there, and
exactly.
As you can see, he's a big guy. He carries a bit of weight, but at the same time, he's domineering. He's interfering. See, he's interfering with me. He's confused me. He's intimidating, and at the same time, he can move around that ring. It's some decent speed.
We've seen him in a single run with the IC Championship before, which was awesome. So and he can also work as a tag team wrestler, as we've seen in Japan with Tom Go.
I would also like
and TNA, of course.
But I gotta say, make your fucking mind up. Mm-hmm. He's a WWE superstar from the past who went to Japan to hone his craft. Fine, sure. He's never fought John Cena before.
Oh my god.
He was on SmackDown and had a big rivalry with John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I even tweeted about that.
See, here's the thing. If I was WWE, if I was charged with it, my reaction would be, educate the fans. If you want to do some recovery from that, if you want to do a bit of recovery damage, I would have Lord Tensai say, the commentators, they say that you and I have never faced off Cena. And that is correct. Because what you fought was merely a shadow of what I could be. You fought a teardrop of my potential. What I am is the finished article. I am the ascension of what I used to be. I am Lord Tensai.
Because Tensai means destruction.
Yeah, and then it's more poetic. It's like, and there will be some people who will go, it's pretty bearable, we'll accept it.
Yeah.
And
it's scraping, but we're getting there.
And even if you don't, it's not fucking Tensai. What the fuck are you gonna do, man? So I'm happy. I love
all of his moves, the new moves he's incorporated from Japan.
He's got the claw, which quite frankly, it makes it great. Carly, eat your fucking heart.
Isn't it amazing? We were just talking about the claw and the vice grip is basically just a squeeze, and no one's got it right since the Von Erichs, and then Tensai brings it back, and you're going, fuck, that was as if it hurt.
Yeah.
And it's the slam as well.
Yeah.
The bend, then bang, and you're like,
and I still like how he's still doing the Albert bomb or the Baldo bomb.
Tensai, it's what he says before, and he speaks Japanese.
Yeah.
and that's what the move's called.
Yeah.
But they haven't announced what it's.
But I just love how it's allowed back to that
like-
they're incorporating both
And
sets of
I
moves.
know
That's
it was either I think it was the second time he did
Husky
the vice
Harris,
grip. Yeah, because when he did it against Yoshitatsu.
Yeah.
He slightly slipped and
Yeah, but he recovered quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad to see Albert back. I mean, I'll call him Lord Tensai.
Me too. And what I'm gonna say straight away for me is there's two moves he's incorporated that's devastating.
Yeah.
One is that splash, the senton splash.
Yes.
Similar to like you said, Husky Harris.
Husky Harris
Yes.
hit your heart out.
That was he lands on you and you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the other one is the chicken wing suplex.
Yes.
When he holds you there and you just see them bend.
Yeah.
And when he did the scene, I was going, that's impressive. But when he did that to A-Rye, I'm going, there's a dent in the middle of A-Rye's chest. I was like, oh. And then Yoshi just looked as if he wanted to die after that.
Yeah. I mocked out big time when he beat Cena.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God! When
I
he
got
beat
wrong.
Cena.
You know what I mean? That,
Jesus.
like I said, I said on the night when I was tweeting you, I said, I hope this is coming to a big push, and you were like, not straight away. But when he faced Cena, then you said, oh yeah, Cena. Now that has elevated this man even into bigger.
Am I mistaken as well? As Tensai spoke more in the last 3 weeks than he has in his previous run?
Than he ever did his A-Train.
Or Albert.
No.
Yeah, but and you can tell that he's learned a lot of things because when he talked on the mic, it was like he kept it short and sweet. You know, that was live as well, so I was like, all right, he's actually not done. He seems he's got a lot of confidence, so he's obviously done a lot of work in Japan. And again,
when they do all the press conferences in Japan, it's still treated as sport, so the press are there straight after
yeah, exactly. So
I think that is how it should be done.
I'm very much the same as if you bring certain corporations from Japan, certain from Mexico, you have the perfect product. Since I don't know if anyone else has anything else about Raw.
No, I'm done with Raw. To be honest with you, I think we've finished on the high point there. Lord Tensai.
All right, then to move on to
I got wrong of Anna for cheering Lord Tensai the second time.
we'll move on to a low point for you,
but
a high point for you. Blast from the past SmackDown.
We agreed on this.
The sound you heard there was a face palm.
Yeah.
And
nostalgia.
What I'm going to call what I would refer to as a nerdgasm.
Well, the funny thing is, me and Djismie actually agree quite a lot about this SmackDown.
Okay.
We both felt it could have been a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
My major gripe with it was just that I felt like the celebrities were kind of just thrown in, and you could have done so much more. Like you guy like Jimmy Hart, you could bring Jimmy Hart back. Now, by the way, does that guy ever fucking age?
His hair just kind of gets darker and
it's like how the fuck has Jimmy Hart got a Lazarus pit? What the fuck? But you know, he could come back as a manager now and legitimize immediately any tag team. I don't
think even tag team.
Well, you know what I mean.
Stick him with Heath.
Well,
yes, I agree.
Keep him with full time.
Well, you know what I mean.
And instantly, Heath has legitimately. They've got the whole honky tonk type relationship. Yeah. The one man Southern rock band. I'll get it right eventually.
He's just one man.
You know what I mean.
And the fact that Heath is a heel, but he's not a heel. He's more of a heel. He's a cocky heel. And you've got Jimmy Hart instantly be able to bring.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your alignment is when you're jobbing 24/7.
To be fair.
And he's ginger.
Yeah.
Be a star, people. Be a star.
You mentioned Jimmy Hart. Another thing for me that kind of made me think, really, like you could have done more with. You bring a man out to SmackDown, you put him in the middle of a ring, then you cut him off, and then you interrupt him again and leave the man just to stand there and dance. And I'm talking about the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. You've got a man who can talk like Dusty Rhodes, who can do what he wants, Daddy. You know, I'm telling you, baby, we're gonna make you a star. We're gonna make you. You are my son, and you have the ability that's in Shawn Michaels. All right, Dusty, stop blowing smoke up the kid's ass.
Where was Goldust? That was happy for that.
And out comes Big Show to try and do an impression to beat me. Fuck you, Show. I'm the man, right?
He's calling you out on that one.
I'll call you out. We'll have an impression.
I'll ref. Slabs and Joe ref.
I ain't doing no fucking match. I'll have a ref off.
I'll have a ref off.
I'll have a ref off.
I reffed off.
That's a simple. We'll have a ref off. First person to beat the referee wins.
Hashtag ref off. Hashtag people like
you've got a man like Dusty Rhodes, and you bring him out, and what do? You get him interrupted by Cody saying, "You're embarrassing me," and then you get Big Show to come out and go, "Well,
am I the only one that thought when he said embarrassing me, that could have been the perfect time for Goldust to come out?
Yeah.
Just to go and walk back.
The way he said it, the way he said it as well, "You're embarrassing me."
Yeah.
It's like he has such disdain for embarrassment now since Big Show. It's perfectly cast that storyline to go, I reckon a couple more months probably. I know you probably won't want to see that because you're not a great fan of Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, he's got some in-ring ability. It's not really shining through though with the way he's being handled. Quite frankly, he's come across to me as the dumbest superstar and the worst tactician ever. And I'm including Santino Marella in that.
That was you as well.
See, here's my point. At least Santino retained his title.
So we'll go
in a triple threat.
Keeping with SmackDown.
Okay.
Let's go straight to the moment that I enjoyed most and the moment I know you enjoyed most. Roddy Piper. Piper's Pit. You want a man to build a story. You want a man to sit a guy down and go, listen here. You put Piper and whoever else you want across the ring to me as instant bad guy, or use it face if you want, because Piper has the ability to do either.
Yeah.
And you've got it.
Yeah.
Piper is the man to build stars. And I don't know about you two, but I'm going to sound a little bit like him here. Why can't we have a Piper's Pit every week?
Yeah.
Why can't we have a Piper's Pit every week?
Because there's a good reason for this. Right?
At least once a month.
To quote William Shakespeare, it would serve to surfeit the appetite until wither and die. If you give people the same thing over and over again, you'll eventually kill the appetite for it. Piper's Pit isn't back in the old days. It was the weekly show, right? What it is now, it is the platform of the future.
All right. Here then, I want at least 4 a year.
Yeah, I'll be down for like one a month or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-view. It should be like they should mix it up.
Because Piper's the ability to tell a story without having to do anything.
Exactly.
And Piper has the ability where you just sit there and you'll just go, no.
Piper also has an ability which I think very few people in the business, maybe The Rock, Mick Foley, Stone Cold to a certain extent, and Ric Flair, the power to instantly legitimize whoever they're dealing with.
I also think he's similar in the ways to Mick and Shawn Michaels, and I would say Edge. That there's a connection to the fans instantaneously.
Yeah,
and a lot of people. I mean, we mark over a lot of people.
Yeah,
but I mean, The Rock is a superstar. He's a god. We don't mark. We mark out over him. We don't feel a connection with him. The Undertaker is this phenom, the cornerstone of the WWE. We don't feel a connection with him. We mark out for him. Shawn Michaels has always had that connection.
Some people are worshipped and revered. Some people are loved.
Yeah, you might mark out, but the same point is that you still
I agree with that with The Rock, because The Rock is the people's champion, as they say, right? Even when he's come back, people have felt like they're with him.
Yeah.
But it's a different kind of connection for me personally. Obviously, Djismie, you probably disagree with it because obviously you're probably the biggest Rock marker I know, which is cool. And I understand that a lot of people will feel an emotional connection. The reason I don't feel an emotional connection is because he's on a level that I cannot connect to.
Yeah, that's the thing for me.
He is the electrifying. That's not the fact that he's electrifying. Back in the day, I had a kind of connection because he was fighting for us, but now he's this returning hero from an A-list mountain. We're not on that mountain. Whereas Roddy Piper, what's he when you get down to it?
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy. He has his form, whatever it is. Mick Foley, he's always been the guy. Mick Foley is basically Dustin Rhodes in many respects.
And for me, Edge, I mentioned Edge there.
Yeah.
Edge is us.
Now,
Edge is the first person that I read about, knew about, that was a fan.
Yeah.
A die-hard fan as well. That then went on to become a WWE champion, a World Heavyweight champion. Everything he wanted, he did. And more importantly, there was a connection. He was a mark. You could feel it in him. He was a mark.
Yes.
And he's admitted it himself. When Look at the Hulk Hogan promo before.
Yeah.
He puts the bandana on. He puts the feather boas on. He cuts the promo, brother. He's doing all of it. You can feel that.
Obviously, that was
Adam.
But that was
That was Adam.
That was him being a kid,
Yeah.
living his dream, and he got to be tag team champions with his idol. My God.
The other connection
wow.
there.
I wish I was Edge there.
The other connection there, similar to his, is JR. Obviously, JR is a commentator.
Yeah, right before. Huh?
JR was a referee. JR was worked backstage as a booker. JR is the greatest commentator ever. Mm-hmm. And there's a connection there with JR. You hear JR's voice, you know it's wrestling. Yes, you know what you're watching. Yeah. You instantaneously, you know what's gonna. You don't. It could be the work. You put JR in that Divas match at WrestleMania, right? Commentating it. Mm. Instantly, you're going, this is the greatest thing ever. Yeah. Because JR can tell a story like that.
You certainly can.
So, to me, that's the deal there. For SmackDown, continue on. SmackDown ended in quite a... that also felt quite a cutty way.
It was a cutty way.
It was almost an awkward... It was almost they left the camera on a bit too long.
Yeah.
They were supposed to go to the dark match. That was a dark spot, and then it just didn't. Yeah. Because you had D. Bryan and Alberto Del Rio.
Kind of like...
And Ricardo, they called it Mean Gene Oakland, and who was the tag team of the Great White Sheamus.
Was I the only one that wanted Mean Gene to get the pin?
Yes, you probably were.
There's a one for people. Was I the only one where I thought Mean Gene should have won that match?
And obviously, you got into a point where Sheamus was took out. You kind of knew what was coming.
Yeah,
they were going to call Mean Gene. I thought if one thing was going to happen, Ricardo was going to get punched by Mean Gene and let his lights out.
Yeah.
I thought that may have happened. It didn't. Instead, you heard the... And out comes Roddy Piper and all the legends of Piper doing the psycho eyes and the fucking, I'm going to kill somebody here. The arms are waving, the jacket was coming off. He's telling Brian, look behind you. I don't believe you. Look behind you. He even crosses his heart. And then, boom! Road kick. Down goes Brian! Down goes Brian! Down goes Brian!
Again and again and again.
Which would probably explain why AJ loved him.
Yeah. But he only lasted 18 seconds.
Straight back with it, I like it. That's how we do that one, Big Pop.
That's how we roll. Hashtag Total War.
I set them up, you knocked them out of the park. But then afterwards it was like, was I the only one that didn't want to see Ricardo take the falls and wanted to see Michael Cole get it? Because of the heel character for Cole?
Yeah. I'm a big Michael Cole fan, as you know, but I still think he should have took more.
What is with just punching?
No. I enjoyed the Ricardo because I thought, wow, that's even for if I was Ricardo Rugas, an honour to take all those moves for that legends. An honour for Sheamus to be in the ring.
Oh, you could see the happiness on Sheamus' face.
That was being a fan. Yeah. I'm going to go on a major limb here. I actually thought Pat Patterson was going to kiss Michael Cole and really pull one out the park.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But that would have been a holy shit moment.
Speaking of Pat Patterson...
when he grabbed his head.
I've got something to say about Pat Patterson in a couple of minutes. And it's not derogatory, so you can get over that.
I'm not happy with anyone.
Talking to anyone in there in case they're worrying. But I really did want to see Michael Cole take the sleeper hold, take the Cobra clutch after he made fun of it the whole time through it. I wanted to see Pat knock him out. I wanted to see Hillbilly Jim do something.
Yes. Because a lot of people wouldn't even have recognised them.
I don't know what anyone did until Booker said.
Well, I knew in the past.
I knew straight away, yeah.
But that was like, wow, why aren't we doing anything with Hillbilly here? He didn't even do his whole shoulder lift thing and his clap. You know what I mean? We mentioned
briefly about the scene of him in the backstage, which was obviously when they were watching the monster that is Ryback.
Skip Sheffield, people.
Well, that's Skull actually made a good tweet about that. He sent to Natalia, did Skip wrestle in Sheffield? Because that's dry humour. Because apparently Ryback said SmackDown at all. Apparently,
it's so bad, it's good.
But what the feeling? I'm going to say this: JBL had a hell of a tweet, and it was perfectly well to me. JBL tweeted during Ryback's match on Blast from the Past. I'm so glad I'm not at SmackDown. How am I supposed to follow that clothesline?
Yeah,
that was a clothesline from the bottom of the depths of hell.
Oh, yes.
That was on the 9th ring of hell. And that kid didn't stand a chance afterwards.
For any of you Greek mythologists out there, I was watching that saying, okay, that is the clothesline from Tartarus.
Yes.
I like it.
That was a destructive.
Which, by the way, would make an awesome name for the finisher.
That was just a, oh my god, that's gonna kill.
That's like
that kid's dead.
Oh, no.
That was that Jobber's pinnacle.
No.
That was that Jobber's pinnacle of career.
But going back to the, we were talking about the end of it where Pat Patterson punched Michael Cole. I say punched him, in more of a tap on the cheek. But you then mentioned there, you were surprised that he didn't kiss him.
Yeah.
He goes,
It's Michael Cole.
Yeah, but it's Pat Patterson.
And I thought we would,
Pat Patterson is Michael Cole in the singlet. Trust me, that will turn you off for the rest of the
Yeah, but we were going like,
the
comedy heel. He's dressed up as a woman versus Briscoe in 2000 and stuff. And I thought, if he just kisses him here, it's like, ooh, not to the fans who do know. Yeah. Not to Rogan.
I have something to say about this.
Okay.
I was listening to Colt Cabana's Out of Wrestling. Where, I can't remember who.
That's Scotty Goldman, for those who don't know.
No, that's Colt Cabana. It's insulting that you do call him Scotty Goldman because he goes as Colt Cabana now.
Yeah, but Scotty Goldman is his biggest push in his career. And I'm sorry, that's
he's
the
the
NWA
World Heavyweight
and
Champion.
He was in the WWE, and the NWA means nothing now.
Okay, well let me get on with it.
Okay.
Because I'm just ignore you when you do that, you know I do.
No, that's fine. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's your opinion, and quite frankly, that's a wrong opinion, but
it's a wrong opinion in your opinion.
Yes, exactly.
If you're not, not out of the big four,
it's all right.
Then that still means nothing.
Me and Djismie will have this argument in the next episode.
Oh yeah,
but Colt Cabana.
There's more on this and Ring of Honor. Stay tuned.
But Colt Cabana, Art of Wrestling. I think it was Jimmy Wang Yang's episode, which was an excellent episode. You learned a lot about Jimmy, who started wrestling at 18 years old and was 4 months into his career when WCW came calling. Says a lot about Jimmy Wang Yang. But there was a song on it beforehand that was done by Kamala. The song of the week was Kamala's song that was called Push. And it was how to get a push in the WWE. And I instantly laughed at a part because he was talking about Pat Patterson. And bear in mind, I don't know when this was recorded. I don't know when this was released. All I know is that Kamala released it and that it was about Warrior, Hogan, all these, about how they got pushes and how you didn't need to take a drug test if you were liked by the office.
Yeah.
But then he mentioned Pat, and you can pretty much gather where he went with Pat.
Yeah.
It didn't call him anything, not derogatory terms at all. He just said, I remember the night that Pat took Brawler to bed. I was in the room next door, right? I ain't lying.
I'm down with this.
And then he turns around, right, and goes, Brawler had Pat screaming like a girl.
Ah.
I ain't lying. Why do I need to? Now, we've all heard the various stories about Pat Patterson. And apparently there's a few stories out there about Brooklyn as well. Which is the brawler in question, Brooklyn Brawler. Steve Lombardi, right?
Allegedly.
Abe Knuckles.
All this is allegedly.
Yeah, all this is allegedly.
This is not. This is not hashtag.
And this is what got me thinking was, how come Kamala's the only one who's actually ever come out with this?
He was next door. He may be the only one there. You don't know. Hotel rooms, you know.
Maybe
what happened in a hotel room stays in a hotel room.
Are you telling me that Kamala
yes,
the entire history talked over me again. Every fucking time you see it, does it?
Yeah.
You've asked me a question. I was giving you an answer.
No, you were going about hotel rooms.
I was expanding the correct answer.
Well, way.
Way. They still hashtag way.
But you tell me the entire history that Kamala worked there and the Brawler worked there as well, because at the time Brawler was Kim Chi, right?
Yeah.
That Brawler and Pat were only seen by one person. They're only heard and seen by one person. And there is a lot of talk about how Brawler keeps his job.
Yeah.
I know we're off topic. It's just something I want to.
No, it's not really off topic. It's all
it's a roundabout.
Allegedly.
I do have to.
We must stress allegedly.
I feel like I'm talking to an invisible needle. I have to ask, do you have a point?
Well, that's what it's. You hear all these stories about Pat Patterson, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And that song
you're basically saying, how is it only Kamala? Where was the rest of the locker room?
Yeah, where's the locker room? No one else. You don't hear Hogan come out. Warrior.
Well, you
don't tell me Warrior went with Pat Patterson for that long and the stuff he's come out with and he hasn't said it.
Yeah, you can only really fuck one person at a time.
I'm not assuming he fucks Warrior. Hogan made me a different story.
Whoa, this show went. You're on about no derogatory terms, and I can't even talk right now.
Yeah.
My tractor.
I was my lovely, yeah.
I've been watching Emmerdale.
We're gonna burn
That's not fucking Emmerdale. I wasn't in Yorkshire.
No, I know, but it was fun.
You've got 40 acres, you know, I've got 43. So I think
that was my roundabout point of that, you know.
So basically, you're saying Kamala was in on it, allegedly.
Knew about it, yeah.
Knew about it.
Yeah.
Are you saying he may have been?
I'll give you a fact. I don't give two shits.
Fair enough. But that wraps up SmackDown, and we're going to talk about Djismie's favourite chemical in the world, chloroform.
Why not chloroform? Why wouldn't you have chloroform? Why wouldn't you have? If you're
I wish we had it on the show.
No.
Not to put it on usage, just
which of course,
I'm sorry.
to clear things up, which of course leads us to NXT.
Why would you not have chloroform? And I'm sorry, you're a WWE superstar. You need chloroform.
That's the long way around getting to NXT, and that's also, you know, the storyline wrapped up this week. Last week, sorry. Because obviously it airs tonight as we shoot on a Thursday. Or record, whatever you want to use.
Shoot, record, it's the same thing to me.
As long as we're doing this show.
But it's, Matt Striker was found through, Bateman and Caitlin found him.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting one.
Nobody thought to look at the press conference at WrestleMania. I mean...
the pre-show match at WrestleMania.
No. That was his fat twin brother. They even mentioned that.
Oh, right.
His slightly ugly twin brother. Come on, even Hawkins and Rex said that. Because of course that was legit.
But the thing that got me to laugh was the
hashtag
I didn't even hear this excuse.
Oh, well, they actually said that.
Twitter.
No, they said that on NXT.
I didn't hear that.
Yes.
I see it on Twitter.
They said that, they even said that on NXT because they actually said about him announcing superstars, and they were like, his slightly ugly brother. It took
and the
shop
master didn't just spray paint a bunch of gay glitter onto a Stormtrooper helmet.
Seriously, that is what they said.
Actually, no, I'm against gay glitter.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So glitter can't have sex. How can it be gay?
There's nothing wrong with gay Stormtroopers either.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with gay Stormtroopers. Hang on, they're all clones anyway.
Yeah.
They're not hired, they're clones. That's why it's called the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hang on.
We'll get on to a different thing here.
I've got into Dad's geek territory.
No. Star Wars is my territory.
Yeah. Oh, how the fuck am I meant to know?
Because you're supposed to know your co-hosts. That's
You're never here.
I am.
The last time I met you before we started doing the show was college back in 2005.
You'd met me so many other times you just can't remember.
Because I was probably drinking.
And you were worried about me and him having counselling.
I've tried counselling. It doesn't work. I just get pissed off at the person.
I'm a qualified.
So they did this excuse.
They did that excuse because there was tongue in cheek.
But then, of course, how did no one think to look at the door that had the screwdriver in it? And Bateman just goes, "I'm guessing it's this one here."
Remember the days when NXT was capture the flag and talk the talk challenges?
I just want to know: Did Kurt Hawkins call up his old mate Edge and go, I've got someone I've kidnapped. How do I get him around without people noticing at the airports? Well, if it's a fat guy like Perry Pringle, you want to put him in a big crate. If someone like Matt
full of concrete.
If you got a guy like Matt, you want a guy like Matt Striker, just put him in your suitcase. Just pay the extra fee. You'll be fine.
I mean, it was a case of Bateman just goes, I'm guessing, after, Caitlin had gone during her NXT to be about
flags and Weren't they the good old days? And Derek Bateman went,
Not really.
No, I don't miss those days at all.
He goes, we got to find Matt Striker, and she goes, where is he? He goes, I'm guessing, continuing to do the door, he takes it out, Matt Striker's there, and he goes, it's going to hurt. Takes the sedative off his mouth, he goes, hurt it again. Thing go off. And then Striker does this whole thing of where, I can't stand, I can't walk and all that, and then finds the cane that gives it away as Kurt Hawkins, which has already been given away as Kurt Hawkins to Regal, and then Regal does one of my favourite promos in the last few months even, where he turns around and he just grabs him by the neck, and Hawkins and Rex is going, getting smaller and smaller the more Regal talks, and he's got the head-to-head there, and then he just does the old villain mark on the side of Rex, which Rex is going, ugh. And then he's just going, he's on. I'm telling you, he knows about it.
I'd like to keep my arm, but you might not pushing it out of me fucking
Which
side.
point Hawkins
Who
is...
was Rex and who was Hawkins?
Oh. I'm guessing since he goes, you're the brains, that Stevie was Hawkins, and then I was Rex. And
In case you haven't noticed, that's the nickname they gave me back at college in 2005. There were two Stevens, so they're called one Steve Bent and called me Stevie.
What was Steve going to mention on the show? Oh, I'm not going there. Not going there.
We talk about all various kinds of twats on the show. So.
My bad.
Hashtag delete.
So anyway, that was. I could always play it with the Chewbacca noise.
Well, of course, NXT was.
Yeah.
And as I say, NXT has some great matches on it as well. One of the best matches that I've seen in a long time is McGillicuddy
versus Kate.
And that submission is an amazing submission.
And that's coming from me, who doesn't really like long matches on weekly shows.
Excellent match.
Wow, what a submission finish.
And I'm going to throw out this, since I don't have one this week, that is the Geek Kings you're going to watch. Go back and watch them 3 matches.
Watch the few. I even go back and look for the superstar matches as well.
In which case, I think we should just roll right on to the Total Markout Awards.
Total Markout Awards.
Now, I'm going to kick off the show by... I'm going to kick this all off with the hashtag Total Markout People's Champion Award. Okay?
Dun, dun,
This is the award that people voted on. It was voted on by us 3 and several markouts to listen to the show. We started with 32 people. Alright?
Be professional.
Very early eliminations included John Cena was eliminated in the first round, I believe.
Oh shit, sure.
The Usos, one of the Usos made it too, I think, actually.
Well, yeah, because he was against Wilco.
Yeah. So, are you guys ready to hear the winner?
Come on then.
Okay.
The final was, of course.
Yes. The finals came down to Undertaker versus Kane.
Promise Destruction.
I know who I want to win.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner and the 2012 hashtag Total Markout People's Champion Award goes to Kane.
Yes! Yes! Get on, Kane! Get on, Kane!
Kane won by a landslide. Only 2 people voted for The Undertaker.
Get on, Kane!
Dan and me.
Yes!
You bunch of disrespectful
No!
fucks.
No. Good old Isaac Yankum. Good old fake Diesel.
So,
good old unmasked
ladies
Kane.
and gentlemen,
Yes!
Kane is the official hashtag Total Markout People's Champion
Hashtag
of 2012.
Hashtag it.
Stupid idea of yours, anyway.
Oh, fuck you!
Get on. Wow. Only 2
Then
votes
show
for
me.
Undertaker.
Only 2 people voted for Undertaker, me and Dan.
Wow.
Everybody else voted for Kane.
You had
Wow.
to do that.
What, me? What would I have to do with that?
Conspiracy!
I like to
Someone call Jesse Ventura!
I'd like to point out that all the other votes were anonymous. But they all were definitely from different people. I just wanted to give you a bit of hope that was cheating. There was no cheating in that one.
Okay, then.
I didn't
Kane.
vote. I didn't vote more than once, I swear.
Yeah, the thing is, I keep track of the IP addresses. So yeah, they were all legitimate.
Then you didn't
votes.
track them very well because I did vote maybe twice. Once with my name and once anonymously.
It doesn't count it.
Does it not?
No.
Oh well.
It can't.
But I did try and vote twice because I thought everyone would go to.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
That was the first thing I tested to see if I could vote twice. You can't.
Oh well.
It blocks the IP.
After that shitty news.
Get on, kid. Wow, so we do have intelligent viewers.
So
Awesome.
people like CM Punk were beaten. People like Daniel Bryan,
Who?
R-Truth, William Regal, Triple H. These guys were beaten. So dude.
Fucking random.
Let's move on to the
That's
next
getting
award.
hashtag.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the
Oh, it's not getting hashtag. It's not a
awards.
spoiler. And we want people to watch
Ladies
the
and
show.
gentlemen, I now hand you over to the man who thought up of these awards and our presenter for these awards, Dan the Geek King Adamson.
The nominees for Pawnage of the Year. The moment that pawns someone best.
Not owning.
The nominees are
CM Punk. Verbal beatdown of Vince McMahon contract negotiations. I'll kick you in the balls and you'll smile and like it. CM Punk shoots on the WWE. I'd like to see the company be better without Vince McMahon and when he's dead, but it won't because it's just going to be inherited by his idiotic daughter and his doofus son-in-law. The Rock for his song to John Cena, mentioning wife. I can't remember the line entirely. I don't know if anyone can help me out on that.
Last week was Evie at the time of his life. I guess nobody told him that he didn't. That he had a wife.
I guess he kind of forgot he had a wife.
I guess he kind of forgot that he
John Cena for wrist on your notes on your wrist even. I cocked that one up, but you know.
Meh.
And the winner goes to CM Punk contract negotiations.
Yeah.
Poor Rock.
Now CM Punk couldn't be here to accept the award, but we did send out a message to him. Hi Punk! You probably don't like it anyway.
Fire Punk.
Right, so this
That's
one,
my
the
message.
next award.
The next award goes to actually
Yes.
to introduce this award,
Yes.
Erik Van Djismie.
Yay! What's this?
5 in the back of the room.
Woo!
The
Is this my favourite award?
Possibly.
Is this the word that I created?
Yes, it is.
And not Jeff?
Yes, it's you.
Then I will. No, this is the Agbonla Hall Award of the year.
Yeah.
For those that don't know that
It's
means
the sexiest diva of the year. The nominees are
Oksana, Caitlin, Maxine, AJ, and
Rosa Mendez, Mamacita! Orale, mami! You dance, orale! Come on, Mamacita! Something like that, yeah. And the winner is
Caitlin. Yay! Not my opinion, but you know, the majority wins.
the majority wins. We
So,
are
yeah.
going to do
Poor Oksana Mendez. That was my choice. Oksana Mendez. Yes.
Djismie created an awesome diva that was half Lithuanian, half Mamacita. Orale, mama, Oksana Mendez, Holmes! You gotta get hype for that, man! You can't stop the Latino heat!
Eddie would have loved that shower.
Hey, what up? Eddie well loved fuck Victoria.
Victoria and Mandy.
I love that.
Oksana and Rosa. Oh, they were the
To introduce the Fuck You Award.
Fuck you.
The moment that made you shout,
Fuck you.
Oh, don't bother saying my name.
Fuck
no,
you.
no, no. The moment that made you shout,
Fuck you.
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck you.
WWE, Steve Jones 313.
The nominees for the Fuck You Award: HBK Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music to The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. Daniel Bryan beats The Big Show at TLC after 48 seconds. R-Truth, Water Bottle to the Head is the new chair shot. And Cody Rhodes eliminates The Big Show from the Royal Rumble.
And the winner is
Daniel Bryan wins the World Championship after 48 seconds.
Fuck you, Daniel Bryan. You should be nowhere near that title.
Big Show.
Yes! 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 As you can hear, Daniel Bryan just received the award and was very happy with the result.
Quite frankly, two of us are pleased he didn't come here because we wouldn't invite him anyway. Because he's a no one. And he doesn't even deserve to be mentioned
He
on that
ruined
show.
everything.
The presenter for the Berry Machine Award is being presented by Dan the King Adamson.
We here, brother, the Berry Machine. The nominees are Brutus Clay, Funkasaurus ain't got nothing on the Macho Man. Randy Orton, I messed with the Snake once before. Jake was better than you, son, yeah. John Cena, you think you're Macho Marine? I'm the Macho King, Randy. You ain't gonna get nothing from me. Triple H in the game, I gotta respect that, but the madness is taking over just a little bit. And Crimson, you're not even worth knowing who you are. Oh yeah!
Poor little red.
And the winner is Crimson. We get to get brother, you're the Berry Machine.
You know why?
You know why? Because as Jesse pointed out quite rightly, you have been beat.
Just because you have not pinned or submitted does not mean you have not lost a match. Sorry, that's how I feel.
I think to spare his feelings, I should probably do the next award.
Yes, yes.
Please do.
So for the You
Suck.
You Suck.
You suck.
You Suck award, the I Can't Stand This Guy.
The nominees are Daniel Bryan, The Miz, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, Kurt Angle, and the winner is Kurt Angle.
Wasn't his fault. He was hacked.
He wasn't hacked. He was drunk.
He was.
Sorry. Wait.
Whoa.
He wasn't. He was hacked.
Was he not drunkenly hacked?
No. He went to sleep. He left his Twitter on, and his 4-year-old son had gone on it.
But was he drunk?
No, he was on pills.
Like Jeff Hardy. That's because
allegedly, like Jeff Hardy.
Allegedly, yeah.
Because Jeff Hardy has that sort of influence on
Jeff
kids.
stopped blowing in the dog.
The nominee for Seller of the Year.
The nominees are
Dolph Ziggler. Elimination Chamber DDT from Kofi Kingston.
Dolph Ziggler for the Royal Rumble Karma Implant Buster.
Dolph Ziggler for the TLC Rough Rider.
Dolph Ziggler for the Zack Ryder Monkey Flip at WrestleMania 28.
And Erik von Djismie for selling the Ashing Slam armbar.
Damn right I did.
And the winner is
I'm gonna win.
Dolph Ziggler for the WrestleMania Monkey Flip.
What?
My bad.
What?
We had more votes for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't win.
No, you didn't. Well, we had you vote for yours, right?
I voted for me.
Yeah. And then
Anna voted for me.
Cena's lesbian fan.
Yeah, Anna.
She voted for you.
Yeah. Soppy. Hashtag
Yeah.
Soppy.
But then you voted for WrestleMania.
Yes.
And I voted for WrestleMania, so we had a tie.
Who
and
screwed
then
me?
you're going to get got.
He screwed me.
He voted for WrestleMania.
I'm gonna kill him.
Because he was there, you see.
He was there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was there.
He says that's why he voted for it. He was there. And he says that your cell was about 2.5 stars at best.
That motherfucker. He's
Yeah.
gonna die.
I know, man. It must suck. But, you know.
You stupid diagonal walker. Fuck. I really hate
Stupid
that.
diagonal walker.
So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say though, dude.
I didn't win.
No. But it's surely an honour to be nominated.
It was an honour to be nominated, but I wanted to win.
But you couldn't win.
And I could have been here to accept it. Dolph Ziggler's not here.
But I've got one thing to say to that, right? Tough. And add in the second. Thanks, Gary. The next award is Botch of the Year. And to introduce this is Erik von Djismie.
Wrestling hashtag Total Markout Botch of the Year. Sin Cara at Survivor Series. The Rock's notes on his wrist. And The Miz fails to attempt to catch R-Truth.
And I've just got a late one from Tumblr. Aaron Ball's career. Which has kind of fucked up in the last year.
By the way, I got a disqualification on that one.
Yeah, I
He
know.
doesn't have a career.
Not anymore, he doesn't know.
He's just a botchamania himself.
The winner for that is
Sin Cara Survivor Series.
Well
Because
deserved.
all those mistakes, you still get a big match, and yes, now you really are knackered for 8 months.
Our next award will be presented by none other than the Geek King.
the Wayne Award.
Winner.
Or, for those non-Geordie speakers,
Why God did they do that?
Moment of the Year. The nominees are The Great Khali is added to the Elimination Chamber.
So you just remembered that he wasn't the winner of that last award.
I didn't win.
The Michael
bitch about
Cole in a singlet. Maria Menounos. Good, decent.
Yeah, that's good.
Added to WrestleMania to complete a match. And Erik van Djismie not winning the Center of the Year award.
And the winner is...
Big Divas WrestleMania match.
And yeah, it was just makeup on your pants, love.
We believe
Our
that.
next award is the Championship Change of the Year.
Okay.
Our nominees for such an award include Money in the Bank, CM Punk versus John Cena.
Overrated.
Mark Henry. Hell, is it Night of Champions? Sorry, not Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Night of Champions.
Yep.
He won clean.
Yep, he won clean. Daniel Bryan, TLC, It's a big show.
Fuck
And
you.
Sheamus, WrestleMania 28,
In
18 seconds.
Pin 'em!
We've already had the 18-second joke, let's move on.
And the winner is...
CM Punk.
Booyah!
Money in the bank.
It was a pivotal moment in the company's modern history.
And now, WWE does not present Worst Match of the Year. And the nominees are... There isn't any nominees, it's just straight with the winner. The winner of the match is John Cena versus Kane,
In
the ambulance match at Elimination Chamber.
That was...
Because it was a train wreck. And it'd been maybe 10 minutes shorter, it wouldn't have been on the nominees list.
Yeah.
But it was, as long as it was.
It had double the time that Kane and Shane McMahon had, and
And
they
it
did
wasn't even-
half. It didn't even
It
get
wasn't even,
half
it
the
wasn't even a
shit.
quarter of that match.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean?
Shane McMahon would be sitting in his new office, whatever company he's running now, pissing his fucking pants with laughter. Oh, well.
Because Shane McMahon is a big fan of this show. Hashtag maybe fact.
Hey, Shane Mac, you're my boy.
Bring you
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talks.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
What are you
Ching, ching.
Carry on.
Think of the cheddar.
Alright, is this the big one?
No, this is the
Alright.
best match of the year.
Ooh, best match of the year.
Best match of the year nominees.
The nominees are
I love that voice.
I love you
Carry
doing that voice.
I haven't wrote the nominees down, I got the winner.
Hashtag second watch.
No, I was trying to figure, because I thought we'd all mentioned the match that we were going to nominate.
Let's have a look.
We got with that one, so that's obviously the winner.
Oh, yeah.
the nominees are John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, Hell in a Cell End of an Era at WrestleMania.
And a match that not at WrestleMania.
Yep.
The Rock and John Cena versus Awesome Truth Survivor Series.
Good time.
And the winner is
The end of an era, Hell in a Cell.
This was truly the end of an era. And if you could, but the thing is, Triple H and Undertaker both stated that they're not done. So Undertaker's going to be back next year at Mania.
Maybe they're just not going to fight each other.
Yeah.
Ever again.
That'd be weird. It's like, what, you're not going to fight any of those two? Oh.
No, it's the year we're gone.
Well, obviously Triple H and Shawn Michaels, right? No. Well, what's Shawn Michaels going to do? Nothing? What? I don't understand this.
You're going to fight Kane, though, right? No.
What?
What?
Kane deserves a third chance.
But now on to, well, we'll say the second biggie.
Okay.
This is the big one. The moments that we all had to agree on something,
Yes.
which isn't exactly easy for those viewers of the last 7 episodes.
Oh, God.
Will know.
Or any
Oh,
conversation.
When it comes,
I like the fact that you said the last 7 episodes as if there was some before that as well.
just,
This is special.
We've got that,
Okay.
and anyone who's read Twitter with
Winner.
us,
Oh, God.
or just anyone who's
Anyone.
been in the vicinity of us
For 5 minutes,
that are talking wrestling will realise this.
we really don't get on.
We don't understand anything that anyone else thinks, but
Yes.
this was the hashtag total markout moment of the year.
This
It
is,
really
our,
was.
this is our big one. This is what we're all about. Hashtag total markout.
This is the moment where we all marked out, we all agreed that was the single biggest moment of the year, and aptly it happens at WrestleMania 28.
There was some stiff competition for us in this one.
There was.
We managed to come to a consensus.
We said that the Cena Rock winning was a decent moment.
Yes.
We
Decent.
said was a markout moment, but it wasn't the markout moment.
Yes.
We said that maybe there was a couple of CM Punk. I said
Yeah.
CM Punk winning the title. Just as you said before, thinks it's overrated.
Yeah. So
I do.
there's a lot of moments. I mean,
Yeah,
the Rock's return. You've got all these things which happened. And it's very, very hard to, even things like Daniel Bryan losing in 18 seconds is in itself.
I didn't agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you disagree.
so we had our
So-
major screens, but there was one moment that we could agree
There was
on.
a couple of moments before
Yeah.
as well, though. Like I said, we agreed on the Rock Cena was a markout moment. It just wasn't the markout moment.
Exactly.
one that I think you disagreed with a little bit was for us, me and Erik, was the Royal Rumble, the returns.
Yeah.
In particular,
to me, I
the deal, in particular,
nearly every
the
other
old
time.
For me personally, I found the Royal Rumble to be very underwhelming. Because I started asking the question: has the Royal Rumble become redundant?
Yeah.
Because Royal Rumble is my favourite pay-per-view of all time.
Amen.
Although, just quickly, can you guys guess what my... Because obviously WrestleMania doesn't count because WrestleMania is WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Can anyone guess what my second favourite pay-per-view after Royal Rumble is?
SummerSlam?
No.
Survivor Series?
No.
Wow.
Killer Ray?
I'll give you a clue. It doesn't exist anymore.
Backlash.
There you go.
That's we both went for that. I like that.
But anyway, so...
And he marked out for Dog. We marked out for Karma.
I marked out for Ricardo Rodriguez.
I
didn't mark for Ricardo Rodriguez.
Foley, Hacksaw, Karma.
I'm going to say...
The three commentators. It was at every other moment. Oh my God.
I'm going to say right now, am I the only one who's disappointed every time Alberto comes out and it's not Ricardo?
Yes.
Damn it.
No.
No, we're joking.
No. I wish they would use Ricardo more in matches.
But of course,
he's more entertaining a wrestler.
The big moment, the one that is the total markout moment of the year, that was WrestleMania 27 to WrestleMania 28, because that's how Marks view the year. Fuck your New Year in January. It happens in April.
Yeah.
The end of an era. The embrace at the top of the ramp. The moment when you just knew that something special had been witnessed.
Yeah.
That you just witnessed three men going to a place they'd never been before. And for me, that was just... I was buzzing after that. I was choked up.
Yeah, it was a weird feeling.
Yeah.
It really was. Here's the thing, right? We live in the generation where Michael Jackson died.
And?
We live in the generation... Hang on. We live in the generation where Luciano Pavarotti, who was a big thing for me.
Yep.
We live in the era of...
So I'm live.
For a lot of Americans, Dick Clark, who died very recently. Rest in peace.
Damn right.
Wrestlers like Chief J. Strongbow died. God bless his family. Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
We are the generation that's so... And you remember, we are the Attitude Generation. Our age group, we are the Attitude Generation. We witnessed the beginning and the end of this era. We were here, all of us, we were born to witness not saying that's our destiny, but we were born to be able to appreciate. We were there at the beginning of the Attitude Era, and we are there at the very end. Because the Attitude Era didn't end with the Ruthless Aggression Era, it ended in WrestleMania with those three. We lived through
that to me was, how everyone's got, Taker's not retiring, Triple H isn't retiring. Yeah, but to me, for them to call it the end of an era, and to call it, and to do how they went out that way, that was them saying, listen, it's time to move on. The book is closed on that chapter.
Yeah, it's legitimizing the new era.
It's saying we're going forward. Thank you for being there, whatever,
Yeah.
And it's just moving forward. But I could barely contain myself at home. I know yourself probably was the same. What the fuck were you like in the arena?
Goosebumps in my body.
Speeches. I have goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah.
So
physically drained from that entire match. Seeing that, and then seeing them at the top of the ramp, and then they put it on the big screen as well, so you could also just see them, but you could see their facial expressions. Wow.
It was truly a moment.
80,000 people have never been so quiet.
To me, it was stunned. It was that was the moment that stole the show for me.
Yeah.
That was the moment.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, are the 2012 #Total Markout Awards.
And with that, we move on to the
#Total Markout Hall of Legends.
Where
we didn't even plan.
Where
that was us.
Yes. Where I've suggested that we put in one. I am now thinking maybe we put in one each.
Okay.
We'll agree to disagree.
The criteria for this is simple. They must be a non-active in-ring competitor. They can do whatever they want around manager.
Yeah.
They can be commentator. They can do whatever they want. And it can be any company. We are a wrestling show, not a WWE show.
Yeah.
They can be involved in any company. They kind of, they may have long passed.
Yeah.
It is up to you. You have one name.
Yeah.
Who do you nominate?
Well, I'm going purely by the fact that, I mean, this will be harder in like the times to come, but my nomination for this one is Mick Foley.
Okay.
Mick Foley, he's not yet in any Hall of Fame that I'm aware of, especially WWE one.
I think no, I don't think he
For me, he's the guy, and I'll go on record saying this now. For the longest time, I've always said that Shawn Michaels is my favourite of all time, and I have to say that for me, Mick Foley actually trumps him in terms of connection. For me, Mick Foley is a guy who he's a genius. I love his literature skills. I love his intelligence, his wisdom, and the fact that he puts himself through absolute hell, and it's always for the fans.
Yeah.
He's a guy he's the best guy to pick up a stick in the entire business as far as I'm concerned. There are guys who I would say, oh yeah, they're a stiff competition, and I certainly wouldn't argue with anyone who would say guys like Roddy Piper, The Rock, and Stone Cold. I understand that, but Mick's style was my style.
Yeah.
And I would happily put my body on the line in a match against Mick Foley. Not because I think he'd protect me, because quite frankly he's hardcore. There is no protection involved. You know, but because he's the guy that I respect, and all the stuff he's done through, all the things he's been put through, the stuff that he's endured, and what he's been willing to do for other people. He is a classic example of a man who is not afraid to look weak. Take, for instance, when he wrote in his book, he said he was petrified of Kurt Angle. Any other guy would be, writing that, I have no fear. Guys like that would say, I have no fear. I'm not scared of this guy. Mick Foley isn't in a rush to be put over. All he cares about is that story.
Yep.
He wants to push that story. That's what he was. He was the guy who said to Vince, I should join the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
And Terry Funk should join us, but rather than bite your ass. Bite
your ass, which Vince loved the idea of. So this is a guy, he understood it.
Selling it to Terry Funk is a bit different.
And I think Mick Foley is one of the biggest wrestlers on a particular list I have who have wrongly been disrespected by people. And for me, this is one of the reasons why I hate ECW. And I will always hate ECW for the Dewey incident.
Yes.
And people having to go at him for this.
Yeah,
and quite frankly, Mick Foley's integrity, for me, speaks volumes. He has far more integrity than guys like Shawn Michaels and combined. And I have more respect for Mick Foley for that. Whereas Shawn Michaels, I am getting sick of the blowing smoke up his own ass, the fucking preaching all the fucking time. That's pissing me off. And the fact that he still, to this day, can't give a straight answer about the Bret Hart incident.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big Bret Hart fan. I don't have any disrespect for Bret, apart from the fact that I agree with Vince to screw him out the title. That is a controversial decision I have, but
which
I agree
no doubt we'll
address it, and I'm happy to answer that in a future episode. But for Mick,
these two are the same.
I agree as well.
Mick, for me, has always been a man of respect, and he admits when he's wrong, even if it takes him a while to get there. Which we all, I'm like that. I will bitch and moan and scream, but then eventually, if you show that I'm categorically wrong, I have to go, I'm wrong. Case in point, WrestleMania, John Cena and The Rock, and I had to publicly admit on this show that Djismie was right and I was wrong.
So Mick Foley for you.
Yes,
that's your nominee.
That was my basic point.
Erik, your nominee.
It's got to be Bruno Sammartino for myself. You don't hold the WWE title in one run for over 7 years for nothing. No, I'm not a fan of big title reigns, but obviously there's a couple that stick out. But the stuff I've seen, obviously I wasn't watching week in week, but the stuff I've seen,
a bit hard.
Yeah,
but yeah, it would. Even though you take the piss all the time.
Yeah.
No, but he's impressive in the ring.
Yes.
He is a legend. He is humble. He won't even...
Another man who had the connection to the fans.
Another man, connection to the fan. He beat Buddy Rogers, the first ever WWE champion.
Him straight away.
He was the first ever man to have 2 reigns with the WWE title, which was a big thing. Bearing in mind they were going through quite a few.
70s and 80s.
Yeah, they were trying different people out. Not only that, he was even a guy who would go on and help his own son and become his manager. He even had the manager.
But for that part, there was a lot of resentment from David Sammartino.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't like that Bruno was there.
He thought he was stealing his thunder, but to me, if your dad's Bruno Sammartino, you would just be
it's the equivalent if...
Bruno wouldn't have to be there to steal the thunder.
No.
Your name alone. Which is why the WWE's changed his name.
Put it this way. David Flair.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Ric Flair's kid. Doesn't matter. Ric Flair could be dead.
Yeah.
Well, look,
right?
look at Michael McGillicuddy.
And David Flair could have the championship fucking 6 times, 7
Yeah.
times, 8 times. Oh, wow, my God, Ric Flair's son is kicking ass. What's his name again? Is it John?
Huh?
David.
Yeah,
But it didn't have to be in the corner, you know.
I don't know, we're taking you off your piece here, but
That's fine.
Michael McGillicuddy has changed his name, but it's still and always will be Mr. Perfect Son.
Which isn't a problem with that either.
Well, no, but it's the fact that you're going to have to live up to, aren't you?
I think WWE have made a weird decision with that. I don't necessarily think it's a bad one. I have said it's a bad in the past, but I'm interested to hear more about Bruno Sammartino, actually, because you got to admit, I started watching wrestling pretty much around about the time the Monday Night War started.
Yeah.
So...
Well, Bruno was the original People's Champion. The Italian Rock.
Oh, yeah.
He'd come through that crowd and you'd hear a buzz as if Muhammad Ali was coming out or something like that.
But like I said, for me, 7 years as champion, and I know I get shit for titles are my main thing, and I know that. Mm-hmm. But wow, the title defenses that he was putting people over is, you know what I mean.
To your respect, though, the fact that you are that way, that you like title changes and you like that, kind of shows the amount of respect you have for a guy like Bruno Sammartino. It speaks to the volume of respect you must have. If, despite your opinion on titles, this is the guy you're picking, and for the reasons he stated.
I would also say about Bruno, one of the best things about Bruno was the way he lost the title.
Yeah.
Was it
Ivan Koloff?
Ivan Koloff. I was saying Nikita on the card.
Yeah, you always saying
Nikita Koloff straight away with Ivan Koloff, and I've seen footage of that. I know you have as well.
Yeah.
You may not have.
No, I don't know anything about
Ivan Koloff come down off the top rope, maybe the second rope, with a knee.
Yeah.
Hit with a knee, but then it was a dangerous move.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding.
I was like, what?
That was it. There was silence in MSG.
Yeah.
No New York. What the fuck's going on here? No New York. Nothing. It was just.
Bruno's
Bruno's
lost the title.
Bruno's lost the title, and that was the thing that scared a lot of people, and particularly Vince McMahon Senior.
Yeah.
Who goes, "Have I done the wrong thing here?"
Obviously, Ivan being foreign.
Ivan was a Russian as well,
so straight away major heel. And it was
okay.
It was only a transitional champion.
It went to Pedro, right?
Yeah,
Pedro Mora.
But still, Ivan is in there. He's still WWE champion. It was just like because he didn't want Pedro to face Bruno because there was two big baby faces.
It was too big because you had, remember, New York is a multicultural time, but back then you had a large Hispanic, a large Italian, especially a large Italian, and that's where Bruno connected. And with the Spanish the Hispanic all connected with Pedro because Pedro was Puerto Rican.
But you got to remember though about those times as well. It's the same mentality that even Hulk Hogan has to this day. You know, it's always better to have baby face versus a heel. I mean, even Hogan himself has said that he hates the idea of a face versus a face in those big match situations. He feels there should be a heel.
Straight up heel, straight.
Like side of force versus dark side. But what about your nomination then?
Yeah, I had mentioned a couple beforehand. Shawn Michaels was one, and Roddy Piper was another one. But I'm going to go a different way here, and I'm going to go with a Latino superstar, the late great Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yes,
Eddie Guerrero was one of those guys that I've seen in ECW, seen in WCW, seen in WWE. So all the way to the WWE title, and made it all the way to the tragedy of his passing, and was heartbroken when he passed.
Yes.
Oh yes, I think we can all agree with
I remember getting a text from mates saying he died and thinking that's not funny.
Yeah.
And then I went to college next day, seen Erik, and Erik goes, "Have you heard about Eddie?" I went, "What are you about?" No, he's dead. I went, "That's not funny, dude." He goes, I'm not joking. Yeah. And I was just crushed. It took the sales up, and then watching those Raws and SmackDowns, I was in tears watching it.
Same here.
It was hard to watch it because and the moment it got me, which always makes people like a little bit, I could see Chavito, I could see Benoit, I could see Ray, all with tears, Vince.
Yeah.
The moment that got me was Big Show.
Yes.
When I seen that giant of a man in such an emotional, it just gave me up. And I was like, I can't listen to the Johnny Cash song "Hurt" because that's to me is associated with him. Mm-hmm. I can just about get through watching his matches. Yeah. But to me, it was one of those heartbreaking things. But the thing is, though, a lot of people argue Eddie Guerrero was put in the WWE Hall of Fame because he died. There's no doubt he was put in that year. To me, he's the greatest Latino superstar in history.
He was going to be put there at some point.
In one way or another, Eddie Guerrero was going to do it, and it's a bit of a downer to kind of end up an episode on. But the Hall of Legends is about legends. And to me, the greatest Latino legend of all time is Eduardo Glory Guerrero.
Yeah, you go from the superstar who was, having coffee thrown in his face by Eric Bischoff to owning professional wrestling.
Yeah.
When he won the WWE Championship, he held professional wrestling in the palm of his hand.
Even when he turned heel, one of the highest selling shirts was "I'm Your Papi."
Yeah.
Which you think is a heel, and not only that, was a nasty sentiment behind that. Behind it, but people wanted it because it was Eddie. And Eddie had the ability to make. I mean, everyone said this in the DVDs and the Hall of Fame speeches. Eddie could make you laugh and cry and love him, and within an instant, a second, you were laughing and hating him at the same time. Eddie had this unbelievable charisma that has not been touched, and is sadly missing in this business.
Yeah. And quite frankly, to try and get in a high point here, to try and get this high point, Eddie Guerrero helped establish, I think helped establish a lot of people's minds that wrestling isn't just about, he was a big guy, in terms of his build, but he was still, he wasn't like the tallest guy, he wasn't the super powerhouse, but
he opened the doors.
He emphasized the element of charisma. Without Eddie Guerrero as champion, you would never have Edge as champion. At least to this extent, like this, as early as he did.
He wasn't champion then, was he? He wasn't even a main event picture back then, was he?
Exactly, right? You wouldn't have had him where he was. Guys like Rob Van Dam, Christian, CM Punk.
As I said, I mentioned this before to you. We were joking on about it. When CM Punk was there to Triple H and he said, "Is this bodybuilder fetish you've got?"
Yeah.
And he goes, and he named off a bunch of names, and one of the names was Eddie.
Yeah.
Like about little guys. Eddie was jacked.
Yeah.
But he was smaller. And Rey Mysterio was a completely... Rey Mysterio in WCW looked like a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Then he became this jack monster over in WWE.
Yeah.
And as I said to you, Bret Hart was jacked. He was in shape. Jericho wasn't jacked, but he was in shape. Benoit was jacked to a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And we all kind of know why that was now.
Yeah.
But Shawn Michaels didn't go out every night and pop his arms up to show off his bone density.
I still fucking love that line.
He was showing his muscles and what he thought he looked like.
Yeah.
Scott Hall was a tall guy and was not jacked. But he had a decent shape to him.
Yeah.
I would say his physique was equivalent to Shawn Michaels.
CM Punk, for me, is the first guy to hold the champion. Because even Daniel Bryan's, got a decent figure. Yeah. CM Punk is the skinnier guy. He's lean.
He just looks like a guy you see walking down the street as well.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He does Taekwondo. He's done also Capoeira, which for me, which is because and I do like the fact. I would like it if more people like this were having the goal to like. But again, I'm the guy that thinks if you have the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown, you should have the Cruiserweight. The fact that Rey Mysterio ever held the World Heavyweight still pisses me off. And quite frankly,
they dropped the name, didn't they? This became the World when they mentioned it.
Yeah,
both times.
Yeah, that still pisses me off. But anyway.
But no, because it's an
so the Hall of that's not excellent.
The Hall of Legends.
The Hall of the total mark #total markout Hall of Legends class of
2012
inductees.
Mick Foley,
Bruno Sammartino,
Eddie Guerrero.
Imagine that as a tag team.
Wow, 6-man tag team titles.
You've got 3 people as champions there as well.
Yeah, with different styles.
Exactly.
I like it. Well, I think that the only thing we've got left to talk about now is, of course, the #total markout fantasy wrestling. Oh no, wait,
we do have 2 questions for Fan Corner, but but we may not have time.
No, we have time. Fuck it. We always have time for our fans.
50 minutes.
Oh. #Fan Corner.
In fact, at this moment, I shall put in a theme, and we shall hear the theme now. Right. Review theme there.
We do have two.
That's pretty good. That's
that sounded awesome.
That was really meant.
Yeah, I love that. Right.
Best theme ever. First question is from @Cena's Lesbian Fan, and she would like to know what our match of the year from Raw or SmackDown was.
So basically, no pay-per-views.
This last year.
So no Raw. So it's just Raw or SmackDown.
Yes.
Okay. For me personally, it was, and now this is going to sound weird. The only reason this is top of my list for matches that happen on Raw or SmackDown is purely because of the shenanigans of it, the way it evolved, and the ending as well. It was CM Punk was in a tag match against, I think, David Otunga and somebody else. Someone got eliminated. And then Mick Foley ran out to replace him because it was such a pop moment.
It was when Jericho left them.
Yeah, Jericho left them, and Mick Foley ran out to take part. And obviously then John Laurinaitis came in. But it was such a perfect combination. You had Jericho doing the heel thing, yes, I'm in the ring, come on, leave. You had Mick Foley to give the pop, you had Mick Foley picking up the win, and then you had the perfect heel moment where Laurinaitis comes out and is like, I never said you could be in the match, bullshit. And all that jazz. For me, that was a match that made perfect fucking sense, and that happened just before the Royal Rumble, so it still happened in the WrestleMania time period.
The WrestleMania time period. I guess we're going with.
So I like that.
Yourself?
Yeah. Myself would be, this might long shot many. It has to be the 40-man Battle Royal on SmackDown because I bitch and I moan about them not using their talent every week and how they did it. And it was just like, random 40-man Battle Royal. Okay, Orton won. And, it made sense for Orton to get that win. Mm-hmm. But, wow, that's actually using your talent. And even though some of them guys are in that ring for 20 seconds, you still like guys like Matt Striker getting back on SmackDown and Regal him and Striker. I just like the whole thing. Okay, clusterfuck to some people, but I like using talent.
I like that match.
I
didn't want Randy Orton to win it.
No, me neither. I wanted someone like random. I would have took a William Regal win. It should have been Regal.
If it wasn't going to be William Regal, it'd be Matt Striker for me.
Yes.
Just for the whole fuck you.
Yeah. Because I love the idea of that. Just one more thing. I love the whole idea because as a joke, if I was in it and you saw them all in the locker room, maybe I would go, beat the lot of yous and walk out.
For myself, it's Dolph Ziggler versus CM Punk.
Oh, yes. Which one?
Pick a match.
Pick a match. Yeah.
Everyone was great.
I'm with the one before the Rumble?
Maybe 2 weeks before.
2 weeks
before. The one before that, yeah. That was great matches, great finishes. Obviously, you got the Johnny Ace involved in that, but you still got excellent matches involved too. Great superstars. And I would happily, I tweeted to you, would happily see that.
The thing is, though, I'd like to point out that now, Djismie has another thing in common with John Laurinaitis. They both tweet you in the fucking show.
I'm trying to get over.
But, the second question?
This was from Actually You Gonna Got.
You're gonna get got.
You're gonna get got, Gary. And he said to us, how would we book Cena, Lesnar at Extreme Rules, the match? How would we do the match itself, and how would we basically finish it?
I would make this match. See, the fact is, so far it hasn't been given any Extreme Rules, which for me,
Extreme Rules.
It's just Extreme Rules.
No, it has a stip now, so
that's good.
It's
so that could a lot of it.
Extreme Rules.
That could a lot of it.
I missed, because I remember beforehand. I was thinking
SmackDown, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
no Raw.
I remember because you and me were saying, hang on, it hasn't been given a stip yet.
Yeah.
But I would put this pretty much as a straight up Extreme Rules match. Have Brock Lesnar win, but take Cena out. Not for the sake of I don't like Cena, but for the sake of wanting to give Cena a break. Let him recover. Let him deal with his fucking personal problems that he's obviously still got right now, because there seems to be some stuff going on. His head's not in the game, and right now he hasn't got the kind of heat that you need him to have. He's got the kind of, will you fuck off already? WWE seem to have an issue with this. I don't think they quite understand. With Daniel Bryan, the times when we don't like him, it's when the majority of fans are tested, because me and Jimmy just don't want him in. But from a majority point of view, purely as a booking for the majority, Daniel Bryan, when he was being the heel that nobody liked, it was the fact that they wanted him there so they couldn't like him.
And watch him lose.
Yeah, with Cena, they don't want him there at all. You need to take him away, because if you brought him back say after WrestleMania next year, right?
Wow, you're taking that one off?
If needs be,
Okay.
right? I don't know when I bring him back. I don't have to worry about that. That's the other people's team, right? But whenever you bring
That's returns.
yeah, whenever you bring him back, hit that Thugonomics theme.
Yeah.
Bring him back. The instant he comes back to Thugonomics, pop.
Yeah.
For two reasons. One, it's the golden rule of returns. Now, Cena's last break, where he came back at the Royal Rumble and won,
Injuries, yeah.
doesn't count because there was a very short gap. Can you consider comparing it to other breaks, right? But also, he comes back with Thugonomics, and people are going, "Oh, this is what we want to see." And it'll take time for people to hate him again, and there'll be some haters already going, "Oh, fuck him." But
pandering.
but if he comes back with a kind of a different image, maybe like Thugonomics, but a different version of Thugonomics, maybe a darker style, kind of like the Zack Ryder dressed in black, as I call it. It could work. So I would have Brock Lesnar actually take Cena out because I think everyone's expecting. Nobody is expecting Carly versus Undertaker. You know what I mean? You remember Carly and Undertaker?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. No one's expecting that.
No, you mean the chop on the stand?
I mean Brock Lesnar mutilates John Cena at Extreme Rules, and I mean complete ponage. John Cena does it because when he comes back, he can say, "I wasn't ready for you back then. I'm ready for you now." And all that jazz. And I think it would work. And it would help John Cena. And with John Cena out the way, not only does it give all the other superstars the door, it also legitimizes Brock Lesnar further. My problem is Brock Lesnar is not well. He may look well, but he's not well. And we all know that. And we all know he's got a very limited schedule with WWE.
Due to that reason.
And I don't mind that. I don't mind that we're only going to see him because he's got a legitimate reason, and I don't want him hurt. For the love of God, I don't like the guy, but I never, ever, ever want to see a superstar legitimately hurt. I may want to see them out the building, out the business, but I don't want to see them legitimately hurt because at the end of the day, that's just inhuman. If I want to see someone... No, here's the thing, right? Facsimile and pseudo injury, fine. And hell, even when it comes to someone like Hardcore Holly and Brock Lesnar, I wouldn't have minded if Hardcore Holly broke his arm or something, bit of retribution. But I wouldn't want someone to be legitimately, almost lethal, like breaking someone's neck.
Mine's very much similar. I would say maybe I'd Cena go down, will go over.
Cena will go over.
Cena go over. Brock takes him out afterwards. Takes him out for a good while. I would say Survivor Series.
All right.
Bring him back in November. If not November, January for a Rumble.
I'd have Cena win.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are wonderful.
Oh, no. Listen to my
At
reason.
least you got a legitimate reason for your ball patch.
Fuck you. I'd have John Cena win, right? I'd have the whole Extreme Rules match. I'd have them legitimately lynch each other for a good 20-25 minutes.
Lynch. And let's put two nooses around each other's leg. You hold mine, I'll hold yours.
I want to see some brutality.
Yeah.
Right?
You will.
But this is where my fantasy booking might come in a bit, because I'd have The Rock come down.
Fuck's sake.
No, listen. And I'd have them both down. I'd have The Rock come down to the ring, and I'd have them stalking him, either one of them for the rock bottom. I'd have him rock bottom Brock. Cena gets the pin. Cena then owes Rock, and then I would have Brock, Rock at SummerSlam. I'd have the rematch, and then that could go on, and then you could have this, and then Cena saying how he owes the Rock, possibly get them in a tag team and that, and the big payoff at the end. One of them walks into WrestleMania as WWE champion, triple threat, Rock, Brock, Cena.
I honestly think at this point the winner of the 2013 Royal Rumble is going to be The Rock. That's what I'm seeing now.
Oh my God, that would be a hashtag total markout moment right there.
Speak for yourself.
Well,
maybe
one of them's got to be a champion. And if Rock wants to be the WWE champion again, that would legitimize himself back in the ring, fighting multiple opponents.
Here's the thing, right? Yes, yours was celebrity, yours was fantasy booking, whatever.
But that's how I would book it.
But at the same point, you booked it sensibly, and you could understand your logic behind it.
And I do like the idea of the SummerSlam rematch.
Yeah,
because again, the slap in the face, as you call, because he didn't deserve to win the title in 4 months.
Yeah. So obviously that's fan corner.
So let's go on to the hashtag Total Markout Fantasy Wrestling League for an update from its major moderate, I suppose you could call it.
The big story at the minute is that after Raw, Lord Tensai is on top of the leaderboard.
Lord Tensai is on top.
With a huge 44 points. That's from both weeks. Now,
there was a bit of controversy.
Obviously, we can't really get into it right now because we'll discuss later next week, possibly.
I thought we could probably quickly touch upon it. There's a bit of confusion whether or not we should count the mist as a weapon.
Yeah.
In the end, I kind of decided,
as you will be.
Yeah, I kind of decided that if a referee caught him in a normal match, would he be disqualified for using it? The answer is yes.
So therefore, it's an illegal move. Therefore, it's a weapon. Low blows, however, will not count as weapon shots.
Yeah.
So you got an extra points for that. Extra points for using 2 weapons. Extra points for using a fucking speciality match.
Yes.
Extra points for being in the main event. For those who are looking into the draft, it may have taken place by the time you've listened to this, because we are going to do it tomorrow if everyone's available.
Hopefully, yeah.
Steve Jones is going to be a moderator for this season.
Yes.
As a general manager / chairman.
Yes.
I'll be doing the scoring still.
Yeah.
I was sending it to Steve Jones every week with the updates, so that he can check over and make sure everything's legit.
Indeed.
And in case he misses anything.
Yep.
And he will also be, if any inquiries to, I would like to get this person instead of this person, if they're available.
Yep. You
send it to Steve Jones 313 at Twitter.
Yeah.
There's also anything, if there's any disputes from your personal opinion, I want this, I want that, hence the mass. That would have gone to Steve Jones, and he would rule on that.
Basically, the reason is there's a lot of complications, personal complications, around me trying to get my draft in time. So instead of worrying about all that nonsense, because I'm not going this round this season, I don't have to worry about if I'm getting points or not. So I'm completely impartial. I don't give 2 shits who wins or not. So I will make casting judges. The one reason we've said, and I'll quickly touch upon this, in regards to the brawl incident with the appearances. I'll quickly explain this again. From my point of view, if I couldn't name every single person that in that moment, then as far as I was concerned, they couldn't count. It had to be a recognisable, instantly, oh yeah, look, there he is. And I could only point out a few of them. Mark Henry, Sheamus, Alberto Del Rio, Daniel Bryan. But then there were some that I've said, oh, that person was there. And then I looked back and went, hang on, they weren't there. But I thought I saw them. So if I have to go back and look all over again, I don't personally count that. However, I would say that in future episodes, if I can spot them, or we were able to see it the first time round, it counts.
Yeah, for instance, walking backstage during promos, for instance, the Hawkins Rex Santino spot. Hawkins and Rex did get points for appearances.
Yep.
There was an interaction. However, he walks, say AW's just standing there and someone walks past him. That will be a judgment call for Steve Jones, whether that's an appearance. I know you would rule that as an appearance, but he's been there. But there's no interaction, there's no necessary thing for it.
But you can clearly see him, though.
To be fair, you get your 3 points a week anyway, so it wouldn't make much of a difference.
But it's still pointless. If you pick that person, you've seen them, I still think you could be robbing people of points.
The fact is, that's why I'll be making a judgment call. It's like, for instance, let's say you got a guy, he quickly walks past the corridor, runs past, he's like, and at first he could be considered to be part of the camera crew. It's not instantly recognisable. It wouldn't count. But if the camera was making a point of saying that he was there, even if it was just a case of someone walking past and he goes, someone's going down the ring, and maybe it's Alex Riley. And Alex Riley goes, you alright? As I walk past, and he's like, yeah, and he's on his way to the ring. I would personally consider that. Alright, well, you can't ignore the fact he was there. So it depends. If he's in the background eating a fucking sandwich doing fuck all, chances are he could have just been there because he's in the building.
Oh.
That's where the judgment call comes in. But here's the thing, I'm not looking for points.
Yeah.
So I'm judging by how I would see it. And if anyone's got a problem with that, well, you know my email address, dscjohnstay13@hotmail.co.uk, or complaints can be sent there.
I'll quickly run down the top 5 after Raw.
Yeah.
This is the overall leaderboard as it stands, so you'll get a clue. Lord Tensai with 44 points. John Cena with 40 points. Mark Henry with 35 points. CM Punk with 34 points. And in 5th place, Santino Marella with 4 points, I believe, yeah.
Okay. So we've got a decent leaderboard so far. I know we'll be sorting out the draft very, 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 very soon.
Yep, that will probably happen by the time this is aired.
Yeah. The other good thing about the whole brawl incident is that because the draft hasn't actually happened yet.
It's not robbing anyone.
It's not robbing anyone because
all points will be backdated.
Yeah, all points will be backdated, but it's a whole retrospective thing. So don't worry. If anything like that happens in future, I'll make a judgment call. You have my email address. And I will happily listen to any opinions that you have. Twitter, at SteveJones13. If you want to message me on Twitter, perfectly fine. Go ahead, send me your input, and I'll take everything into consideration, and I will reply to any messages I get.
So that's done.
It's
time to plug.
It's time to plug, yes. First of all, you can always follow Djismie at Erik von Djismie, which is ERIKVANDGISMIE. The D is silent.
Thank you.
You can follow Dan the Geek King Adamson at King, all black caps, King632, KING 632. You can follow me, as I said, at SteveJones313, STEVEGONES 313. I thought I might as well spell them all.
Might as well.
I was on a roll. You can follow our YouTube accounts at youtube.com/user/The Wandering Angel. You can follow us at Blip TV at blip.tv/Total Markout. Follow our Tumblr page at totalmarkout.tumblr.com, which is ran by Dan Adamson here. We also have a Facebook fan page. Please do follow us on there, as we will be looking for fan interaction on there. It's at facebook.com/Total Markout.
Join the conversation at #TotalMarkout.
That is something I personally won't be using, so don't look for me on Facebook, but everything else.
Erik Rogers does not use Facebook. He's not there. Me and Dan are.
Yep.
You can find us on there. My personal opinion is I will talk to anyone via the Facebook fan page, not my personal page, unless I know you personally. But Twitter, I will talk to anyone on Twitter.
Anyone on Twitter.
Twitter, we will talk to anyone on Twitter. We're very happy.
I'll see what I feel like, to be honest.
Yeah. Speaking of anyone on Twitter, Diamond Dallas Page is now following me. Yes!
Nice work.
During the show, and that is legitimate.
Self-high five.
Yourself.
Hashtag.
Self-high five.
That
is amazing.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to quickly plug a show that I'm doing next week. It is the next episode of Shout, hosted by yours truly, and I have 3 guests, and one of them isn't Dan. I know.
I'm shocked as well. I was ready to do it.
We have American recording artist Tyler Sanford, who will be joining me. I have Paul Crackett, one-time best friend, and who has started a new blog called Wrestling Voice. Was it Voice Wrestling?
Yeah, I disagree on his first blog.
Yeah, he's actually posted a blog about Brodus Clay, and I'll be posting a link to on this video in the description, so you can go check out and agree and disagree, whatever. Not only that, but I will also be joined by Kai Shepherd, also known as the Quill Guy on YouTube. He used to review shows. I actually reviewed a show with him a while back called Capiche. And he was on our show recently and had he was great, funny as hell, so you've got to tune in. And Total Markout will be back in 2 weeks' time, where, as far as we're aware, unless anything changes, we'll be joined by a special guest. He's our old friend Kane. No, not the WWE Kane. He's a close friend, a member of the Lord Cat Mafia. Check out Lord Cat at live.lordcat.com, or just check out lordcat.com. He'll be joining us to share in all the wrestling fun as we review Raw, SmackDown, NXT. And I'll be, quizzing him as well as these two, because in the next episode, I am going to be playing a game called Wrestling Trivia, when I will be quizzing Kane, Djismie, and Dan. Because to see who is truly the Total Markout. And obviously, Dan will always have his You've Got to Watch. And Djismie,
you might have a rock fact.
Yeah,
but I will have a new segment.
Yeah, Djismie always has a surprise up his sleeve.
And
fact. This time, it's not chloroform. So, ladies and gentlemen,
you should always carry it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, from Erik von Djismie, Dan the Geek King Adamson, and Steve Jones313. It's my name I got wrong. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time on #Total Markout.
Markout!
#. Yes.
Just.